Let me ask you this: zero is the answer to that. How many ways could I have responded in a way that would not have been sassy based on your response?
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're always sassy. I just asked if we were having a podcast this morning. I didn't know we all needed to give approval to have a podcast when we do it at a scheduled time every week or scheduled day every week.
Well, this wasn't the normal scheduled day, so I said we should pod tomorrow, and not a singular person responded to it.
Yeah, you immediately started talking about something else, so I think that's why it.
So you still saw it, and you acknowledge that there was a.
You didn't ask if we were potting tomorrow. You said
we
hey,
should, but
pod.
that would be a conversation point for someone to be like, "Yeah, let's do it," or "Let's not."
No one said we shouldn't.
You really think you're right on this?
I think you're being a little over dramatic, per usual.
So is this gaslighting?
Yes.
Oh, you're gaslighting me. All right.
Yeah, I'm glad to.
Well, this is what I'm here for. Welcome to On the Bench. I'm Brendan Sonnone. I'm joined by Zach Blostein. I think it's just us because of the fantastic communication by the Knowles 24/7 staff ahead of this episode. But really, I just kind of wanted to lay out the recruiting stuff anyways. That was the main thing I wanted to talk about going into the Virginia Tech game. I don't have much analysis on it. I'm at the point I don't care about the games, and that kind of sucks. I know it's my job to care, but
I think most people are in the same camp.
I think if people cared, I would find myself like trying to dig at it, but I don't. And I'm just being transparent. I know not everyone wants to hear that. I know some people are going to appreciate it. It is what it is. Let's talk about the recruiting aspect of it, though, Zach. If Chris joins us, he's done some research on Virginia Tech. I know Kyron Jones is the quarterback. I know Phil Montgomery is the coach. I think it's Phil Montgomery. I know they played hard since they made the coaching change. I know they still aren't very good, though, as well. So we'll talk about recruiting. This is the last home game for Florida State. Kind of a line in the sand sort of weekend. Who crossed it? Who's there for Florida State, or who's scheduled to be there for Florida State?
Yeah, so the current OV list is 6 players. It's been, like you've said, kind of fluid. The 2 FSU commits will be there. Corbin Fordham and Isaiah Williams, both of those guys committed to FSU this fall, so they did not take OVs to Florida State over the summer, so they'll take them this weekend. And then there's 4 guys either committed elsewhere or uncommitted that'll be on campus this weekend. To start, you got 2 JUCO edge rushers, Jalen Anderson and Josh Warren Jr. We're in JUCO territory, and yeah, I think
real quick, let's stop and talk about the JUCO expansion. We've seen a lot of JUCO offers from P4 programs in the last week or so. I think G6 program started that maybe like last 3 weeks to a month ago. But so FSU's expanded a little bit. They're not the only one. So Alabama offered someone, but tis the JUCO season, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you got to explore all avenues, and I think that FSU feels like these JUCO edge rushers specifically are better options than a lot of the high school options remaining across the country. They're still bringing in some high school players that they like, which we'll get into, but they brought in some, and they're going to continue to bring in players. But yeah, these 2 guys, Josh Warren and Jalen Anderson, are both prospects that they've evaluated over the last month or so. And they've offered and got on campus this weekend. Jalen Anderson's the more recent offer. His recruitment's blown up some. 24/7 Sports ranks him as the #1 JUCO edge rusher in the country. He took an OV to Vanderbilt. They've obviously done a good job evaluating all across their roster in the last few years. But yeah, Illinois involved, Nebraska offered, West Virginia's involved. So some good teams in there. The same with Josh Warren, who was actually originally from Belgrade, and played his high school football in Tampa. I spoke to him. He's got a kind of a cool story. He said that he bet on himself and felt like he could do better than I think he had really low level offers, D2 or D3 coming out of high school, and went junior college for only a year. He's a freshman in JUCO, and is getting heavy interest from NC State, FSU, West Virginia. So his plan to bet on himself definitely worked. I think if FSU like wants him and is willing to take him, then they'll get him. I mean, he's a state of Florida kid. He visited FSU earlier this season unofficially, just for the hopes of getting an offer. You know, they got eyes on him in person, got his measurables and stuff, and offered him. I think it was the Pitt game, and you know he'll return this weekend for an OB. So, yeah, I think if they want him, thanks Brendan for sending me a text during
Are you
the.
gaslighting me? Why didn't you have your computer on Do Not
Oh, you're
Disturb?
gaslighting me.
Okay.
Yeah, then the two other prospects, Jordan Crutchfield, he's a Kentucky cornerback / safety commit out of Vero Beach High School. Oh, we got Chris Nee here. Let's go.
Wow, thank God, someone who knows something about Virginia Tech. We're going over recruiting right now, Chris, but we'll need your help talking about Virginia Tech because I know they have Kyron Drones and interim head coach. That's it.
Yeah, so Jordan Crutchfield, 6'3", 200 pounds, DB out of Vero. He's a talented prospect that I know FSU has had their eye on this fall. They like his senior film. FSU's lost 2 commitments from defensive backs in the last 2 weeks. So he's a guy that they've turned up the heat with. I think that if I don't know all the details to his NIL figure and stuff, but if that gets figured out, I would think that FSU would have a pretty good shot of flipping him. I also don't know if there's other schools involved in that recruitment as of now. And then the last guy, Cameron Wilson, feels like we've talked about him forever. He's a guy that I put in a crystal ball in for in February, committed to Syracuse the week after, still committed to Syracuse, but FSU's continued to recruit him. I don't know how that recruitment goes. I mean, he's still high on Syracuse, even though they've had a putrid season. And I think that staff has done a good job recruiting him, Fran Brown staff. But yeah, I mean, I don't see FSU adding very many prospects to this, probably one more DB and then an edge rusher or 2 to the class. So if Cameron Wilson makes sense for them to add, I could see it happening, but I could also see them going a different route with these JUCO options now in play.
Did you mention Pickney being taken off the board or him
Yeah,
taking?
your boy Jamin Pinkney, USF shut down his recruitment.
Someone get me the bleep.
Yeah, so that's where we're at.
Okay, well, that's fun. How's running back recruiting going?
It's not. They lost out to Wisconsin for Fat Boy Quantavious Wiggins. I was trying to do a Chris Nee there. Yeah, he Wisconsin valued him more heavily, is what I've heard. I guess, if you're looking at the situations, Wisconsin just announced that they're for sure bringing Luke Fickell back for next season, and investing more into the roster. I don't know all the details to his NIL stuff, but I think that had something to do with it. I don't think FSU offered him what he wanted. So I think they're going to have Amari Thomas on campus this weekend unofficially.
Have you seen his senior year numbers? We were talking about that yesterday.
He's been on the list 4 times this season. I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So who knows? But he is.
Chris's first words are in.
Yeah, Chris, stop bringing the mood down, dude. We brought you in to bring the energy.
He was trying not to get into it too, and then he just got pushed over the top. Is that Brendan Sonnone sponsored by
the Turner Group?
Is that what happened, Chris? Bye.
What?
You were trying not to get into.
I wasn't a mood killer intentionally. It was just literally he shows up on the list with the regular, and I think he's made it once all year, to my knowledge.
Yeah, he lives an hour away from campus.
He's averaging. All right, so
he already said yes to you, and then he said no to you, and then he said yes to South Carolina, which in its own right, if you're an offensive player committing to South Carolina, okay.
Yeah,
he's on-campus gloves I did not love. Do you want to go over his stats real quick?
Go ahead.
They're good, really good. I like him a hell of a lot as a player.
All right, so Brendan Sonnone sponsored by
Turner Group.
Over under 10 yards a carry.
Over.
Brendan Sonnone sponsored by
the Turner Group.
Over under 15 yards a carry.
I'm still thinking over.
Over.
By or Sonnone, sponsored by
the Turner Group.
18 yards a carry.
I think that's like a sweet spot. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to go 18.9.
Sonnone, it's 18 right on the dot. He's averaging 18 yards a carry on 78 carries. He has 1,400 rushing yards. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah. There's mixed feelings on him internally from what I've heard at Florida State. I think also you're factoring in the fact that he spurned you already before the season even started for South Carolina, which I've heard was a very much like an NIL thing, at least at the time. And I think he's wanted back in the class since then, but they've kind of been wishy-washy on whether they.
I don't understand
It's not for you to understand.
It's just why is it every time they lose a running back recruit, it's NIL, except for when they got one, Usman Chroma. Is it literally, maybe I'm just being ignorant here. It's literally, is that all that's at play? Is just the highest bidder?
Well, I mean,
like, don't recruit. Like, why do you keep losing to Wisconsin? I'm not even talking about running back. Why are you 0 for 5 in your last?
Dude,
I'm proud of Zach because that's like lesson learned in life. He's like, the kid's going to Wisconsin. I'm not believing shit till he's out of that cheese town.
Yeah, no. Everyone else wanted to throw in predictions. I'm like, dude, you do not discount the Badgers when FSU's in a battle with them. No, I mean, I literally texted the Wisconsin guy. He's like, "Hey, what are you hearing on Quantavious Wiggins after his FSU visit?" I'm like, "I'm hearing that they feel pretty good and that that they're feeling like they're going to flip him." And then I'm like, "But I know good enough now that like I whenever it's Wisconsin and FSU involved in these battles, like I'm not. It always happens this way. FSU's trending, and then Wisconsin comes in and lands them." That happened with Carter Smith.
Overpays. Again, maybe I'm looking through a jaundiced eye. Just stop losing those. It's embarrassing. Just stop losing to Wisconsin. What? Why are you guys both looking at me like I'm crazy?
The jaundiced eye reference was just interesting to me.
That's a Jeff Cameron special. Shout out Jeff Cameron. That means you're just kind of like, it's like a blurred over eye. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
Don't gaslight me.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about like for the brand, like why
for the brand.
How damaging is this shit to just keep losing to Wisconsin in head-to-heads? I don't care if they're paying more. I just stop.
Have you never vacationed in Wisconsin?
No, I haven't. Have
you?
Me
neither. No.
Okay, why would you ask that?
I just thought maybe it had some really awesome redeeming qualities. I've heard Madtown's fun. I would love to go there.
I'm sure. Well, maybe when they join the Big Ten in 5 years, so I'll be there covering.
We're way past the point of like damaging the brand mattering.
Yeah. I don't question why things go wrong in recruiting anymore. I just accept them.
I expect them and I accept them. Dude, stop with the Halloween.
Halloween? What? Halloween. Fine.
Virginia Tech. I've heard that. Here's my scouting report. Kyron Jones is pretty good, decent. He can run the ball. I think the tackles are susceptible. I think they're young and inexperienced. I've heard they have not been very good, and their running backs are kind of mid.
Yeah, there's no tooting on that team like there has been in recent years at running back. Marcellus Hawkins is their primary running back, and then Tyrion Stewart's their second guy. Neither of them is to the level of what Tootin brought in the combination with Drones as runners. Drones is still what he is. He's like a sub 60% passer who can hit some big plays passing, but the biggest thing with him is his legs, his willingness to run. They want to run as a football team. For FSU, it's a matter of come out and one, win the scoreboard early, and two, play physical defensively.
Who did you pick in your prediction there, Chris?
I picked FSU. I don't think VTech. Well, two reasons. One, I think FSU's offense will play better because they tend to not have horrendous weeks back to back, and they'll be home. They tend to play better at home. And secondly, I don't think there's enough additional pieces on that offense for VTech to cause issues throughout the entirety of a game. Do I think Drones can give them some issues and put some points on the board? Certainly. But I don't think there's with Pitt it was a quarterback played out of his mind, but also Desmond Reed, and they have enough at receiver that scared me. I don't feel the same way about the skill of Virginia Tech, nor do I feel like their offensive line is one that's going to basically bully you and win the day.
FSU makes bad offensive lines look good, though.
I know, and that is always a concern. But with the fact that they're so run dependent as an offense, I don't.
That feels like it plays into FSU's strengths.
Yeah.
They don't really have like you said, Chris. They don't have someone like Desmond Reed who is just going to exploit FSU's linebackers or DBs consistently.
Yeah, I like the receiver groups. The Green brothers, they're not actually related to my knowledge, but Aiden Green and Donovan Green.
I think they're literally spelled differently too.
Last name I think is the same. I think they're both.
I think one has an
E at the end.
Yeah.
All right, he did the 247. Let's look it up.
Donovan. Aiden Green, Ayden is the first name there, and Donovan is Donavon.
We're talking about the last name.
I know. I was spelling the first names for you guys to look it up. I'm not looking it up again.
Yeah, Aiden Green. Oh, wait, they're both with these at the end. Whoa!
What do I win? A vacation to Madtown. All right. So Aiden 24, 382 and 1. Donovan 16, 274 and 2. For whatever reason, Donovan's kind of disappeared in some recent games for them. But Donovan Green's a pretty talented cat. He's a guy that he's 6'2", almost 200, graduate, played a lot of ACC football.
Cat playing wide receiver for them.
And then that's about it. Like they just offensive skill wise, they're not ultra intimidating. There's not a whole lot there that scares you. They're allowing a decent amount of pressure. You were talking about the young tackles. Johnny Garrett has 7 starts for them at left, and then at right, they've been leaning into Aiden Lynch with 7 starts as well. Neither of them is particularly impressive. Montavious Cunningham, who's listed out for them last night, is a guard who had started a few games for them, but he has missed several now. So the group that they'll roll out there, excuse me, on the offensive line is pretty well experienced together group, but nothing really special. They're allowing 2.33 sacks per game, 5.56 tackles for loss per game, and their defense doesn't set the world on fire. You would expect the team that was once coached by Brent Pry this season to be better defensively, at least have better skill on that side of the ball. And
that's why Brent Pry's not there anymore.
Yeah, probably a big reason. I think Caleb Woodson, junior linebacker for them, one of the better guys to know. 41 tackles, 20 solo. And then up front, they have Kamari Copeland, who's pretty good at D tackle, kind of sets the tone there. Kamari Heisman is another guy that's worth knowing on the interior there. And then Ben Bell is a defensive end. I think Ben Bell is a transfer you guys might have liked. I can't remember.
I don't know if he had graded out really high from Texas State, right? Sound right?
I think so. I believe so.
It's got to be 30 years old at this point.
28 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks, 5 hurries. They're not overly intimidating. I didn't watch entirety of games for them. I'm just not at that point with covering the current program I'm covering where I'm going to devote that kind of time to Virginia Tech. But I did watch some stuff from the Cal game, some stuff from the Louisville game, a couple of recent ones for them. Cal, they ran the hell out of it. That was sort of a game where they were able to play the kind of football game they wanted to. And then Louisville was sort of the game where it started getting away from them. It took them away from what they like to do and played against them. They're capable, but they're not very good, but neither is the team we're covering. So it's a good old fashioned coin flip that I think could get lopsided, but I think if it gets lopsided, it's going to get lopsided for FSU. In a positive way.
I do think the way Virginia Tech plays and what I do know about them, it is a if you care to be here kind of game for Florida State.
They're going to test you physically. I mean, the positive is Tony White unprompted on Sundays talking about the need to be ultra physical against them. So, do I think that point's been driven home? Yeah, it has, but hopefully the players are receptive to it and go and do it. I think with it being the last home game, senior day, not that matters as much because it's not as many homegrown roots players on your football squads anymore. But that combined with kind of a poor performance, more so offensively than defensively, but in general at Clemson, I think there's a better version of FSU on the field today or tomorrow.
Yay, football. So I've been apathetic this week. Transparent.
Just this week?
Yeah, I feel like I haven't. This is the first time Chris thought I was breaking a little bit.
Breaking's different than apathy. I think breaking comes after apathy. I mean, it does in the alphabet. What's next? What's the C of this? Closure.
He just deaf. We have to do this again next year. And then I had a buddy 2 days ago start talking about retaining Mike, and he was like, he's like, people don't want to talk. We went from 2 to 5 to 10 to 13. Does no one talk about those? And I was like, use the fifth finger. Like, then what? and then kid show. And then now what you have this season, I felt, and what he's saying is not out of, I think a healthy amount of people probably feel that way. Not in our world, not on the message board, not those listening. Mr. Ricard, for example. But the people who aren't watching the sausage being made constantly, who aren't following the recruiting at an intimate level to understand that you're 0 for 5 in your last 5 head-to-heads directly with Wisconsin. Like, and I got mad. And so I felt something. So that was good. It moved a little bit, Like I did feel it. There was blood flow, baby. I felt something again.
I have elite confidence that the average person that watches FSU play football understands that it's not a very good football product.
But at the Wake Forest game, there was a lady started yelling. This is my fan in the stands experience when I was going back up to the press box, yelling, "We won a game! It's a miracle!" But I don't think this average fan probably understands.
I just think the difference between message board fans and the average fan is, one, loudness, willingness to be vocal about something, but two, it's also like, I think those people are more setting their watch to a football program than the average viewer. But I think if you walk up to the average person that has watched FSU play, say, half their games this year, say it's watched Bama, Stanford, won the Slappies, and throw a fourth one in there, whatever you want to throw, because most of the other ones have been relatively similar in mediocrity. They're going to come away telling you that, like, are they capable? Yeah. Can they be really bad? Yes, especially if they understand that Stanford is a dreadful football program. I think most people understand. I just think there's a level of those wanting to be vocal and those that just have no interest in participating in such a thing.
But they don't. I think there's a tolerance for what's happening too. I think everyone could look at it and be like, "This isn't a good product," but there's also a tolerance for it. That's, I don't know. It makes me fearful that we're just gonna have to live through this again. And hey, maybe they've reset it. Maybe last year was lose by a lot. Maybe this year's lose by a little. Maybe it's just a reset, and we're just in a circle with it.
Stop.
Circle life.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, guys.
Pep up. Don't worry, they have to go back on the road again.
Yeah, I'll cover. I'll go to Raleigh. Friday night, NC State, Piss Palace.
I just want to know if the fair is going on. That's all I need to know.
I checked. It's not.
Dang.
Yeah. I got nothing else, boys. I got some random questions I'll ask you guys just to fill out the next few minutes.
All right, fire away. Who
would win in a fight? You throw them into Gotham, all right? Predator or Batman?
Predator.
But it's Batman. But it's Batman's like stomping ground.
I know, but Predator is just a freak.
Yeah.
Plus, isn't that sort of the premise of Predator 2 to a degree?
Yeah, in LA. Yeah, Danny Glover beat him. Like, you don't think Batman can? I don't understand what you guys
are. Was it LA or Chicago?
That was LA. It was kind of a problematic.
How recently did you watch this? I get the feeling you recently watched it.
No, but I have started thinking about the Predator franchise in preparation for I might go watch.
You're watching where they come out, Badlands? Yeah.
Badlands today.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks fine. Looks solid. The revamp has been good since the one on Hulu with the Native American girl. That was really good, actually.
Prey.
What was it?
Prey.
That's it. Yeah. I thought you said Ray. I'm like, that's Star Wars. Here we go. I got something. I want you guys, I'm going to judge, to pick your perfect fast food meal. Oh, gosh. You get a burger, you get a chicken product, you get French fries, and you get a dessert.
How do we qualify fast food?
You can't get out. Five Guys doesn't count. You can't get out of your car for it. You have to order it. They have to bring it to your car. It has to be a drive-through mechanism to the process.
A well-made Whataburger.
All right, so Chris gets a Whataburger. All right, so Zach, you do burger, and then you get to do a chicken product. We're gonna do snake.
Ooh, okay, so it's like we get to select it, and the other person doesn't get to.
Okay. Yeah, it gets taken off the board. It's a draft.
All right, Culver's
burger. That's a good call. All right, both are strong choices. I feel like. All right, Zach, French fries.
Oh, I thought I got chicken product.
Oh, sorry, chicken product. Making it up as we go along here.
Spicy deluxe from Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
He's showing his youth with the ability to handle that on a consistency. I actually really like Culver's chicken fingers. Carson, my youngest, turned me on to them, and yeah, they're pretty good.
All right. Culver's coming out strong here. Chris, French fries.
McDonald's when they're made correctly.
And salted appropriately. An A-tier McDonald's is still great.
I'm trying to think. I like Wendy's fries.
That's a bad shot. You had a really good shot there, and I think you just felt.
You did not get an all expense paid vacation to Madtown.
No one says Checkers, huh?
I so rarely ever have Checkers.
I've been like once or twice in my entire life.
Yeah,
the fries are excellent. Everything else.
I think I may have only had one child the last time I went to Checkers.
Is that where the second was conceived? I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry, Caressa.
That's why his middle name is Checkers, you know?
Don't call him Carson Checkers Nee for nothing. Zach, please pick a dessert. This is your chance to redeem yourself and to move off of what I just did.
I'm gonna play to my my judge here. Chick-fil-A ice cream cone.
No, that's a all right.
What?
Pandering gets you nowhere. It's a cheap, lowish calorie treat for myself after a press conference.
Because when I go into dessert, I always think, what is low calorie?
Yeah, that's not the
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Blizzard Dairy Queen.
Chris wins. I mean, that's just sorry, Zach. You had a good start there.
Zach, you lost to the fat guy.
I try to play to my my judge. I don't know. I guess the brownie points don't count.
You should have said brownie, clearly.
Yeah, would have a Chick-fil-A brownie would have been up there. Chick-fil-A brownie, pretty good. Speaking of Chick-fil-A brownies, we have Chick-fil-A this weekend. In the last press box meal. That'll be nice. Have you tried the Chick-fil-A chips?
No.
They're excellent. They're really? At Publix now. Yeah, they're some of the best potato chips I've ever had.
He brought them to a media thing, so I tried them. They are good.
If you're
they feel like a summer barbecue chip type thing.
Well, that was the Chick-fil-A sauce finished ones, which were good, and then even just the regular potato chips are good. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, no, they're at Publix now. Go get you some, Zach. They're not a sponsor for
get you some.
If you're in South Florida today, the Panthers got 30 saves last night, so you can get 8 free chicken nuggets at Chick-fil-A.
Because if they hit 30, you get 8
free? They have 30 or more saves, which I think is a weird metric because you're kind of like rooting for them to get shot on.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, can we get like maybe 5+ goals in a night or something? I don't know.
The Magic used to do I think it was a Big Mac if you brought in your ticket the day after a certain amount of points, and then Shaq left and the number went down, which made sense. I'm tired, guys.
Boo. What?
What's that noise?
They're working outside in my apartment.
Oh, okay. Remember the time the crazy guy was outside the window staring in the car?
Yeah, that image is amazing.
I was in that parking lot again yesterday, and there was people doing
people know it wasn't a homeless dude, right?
I don't know. I don't think they do.
When it gets posted, I feel like it's a mixed bag of people understanding it's a landscaping guy versus a homeless person.
I mean, anyone looking in your car automatically becomes a threat, right? No matter what. If someone just starts peering into your car.
No? A little bit, yeah, I guess.
I mean, what? So you're not threatened by someone peering into your car?
No, it's really weird for you to be threatened.
You grew up on the north side of Jacksonville, man. It takes a lot.
I need to hear Chris Nee's stories and growing up.
Jacksonville.
I've only heard them like 10 times.
Chris, what's gaslighting mean?
What Zach just did to me.
How is that gaslighting?
I think Zach's a gaslighter.
I'm an instigator. There's a difference.
I feel like instigating and gaslighting are kind of similar, no?
They're similar, but I feel like gaslighting happens after you instigate. It's like you instigate this, the person gets mad, and then you gaslight them.
So you just do the first part is what you're maintaining.
Most of the time, yeah. I know the playbook.
All right, guys, I got nothing else. A shout out, I should mention it at the top of the podcast, not in the final 30 seconds. Shout out to our sponsors, the Turner Group, Colin and Amy Turner, do an awesome job with the home buying, home selling product. In Central Florida, state of Florida, they can help you get where you want to go. If you are in the Tallahassee area or you have a child who's going to be moving up to Tallahassee in the spring semester, summer, fall, whenever in the next year, Griff Broker is part of the Turner Group, and he helped Zach's family legitimately make a money-making townhome process. So yeah, that's one place we'd suggest you guys to go. And after you buy a home, sell a home, whatever you want to celebrate, pop a bottle of Chattanooga whiskey. Guys, I was at a big box liquor store yesterday, and they had a nice variety of, I guess I'll tell you guys if you're in the Tallahassee area, Total Wine. They had their Bottle and Bond, which is one of the best things they do. They had their Founders Edition. But like the 111 is $40 still. Like everything's gone up in price. 111 proof at $40, like it's below 40. It's like $39.99. Can't beat it. It's the best deal in whiskey. Chattanooga whiskey, crushing it in the craft distillery game. Anything else, guys, before we get out of here? I'm sorry, my energy's been bad today.
No, you're good. We good.
You good, Chris?
I'm great.
All right. For Chris Nee, Zach Blostein, I'm Brendan Sonnone. This has been On the Bench. Yay, football.